Hello everyone, Josh here with X is bringing you all another first impression video, and today we have AFK Journey. Now, if you are a big fan of AFK Arena, you're probably going to enjoy this game as well. Now, you'll notice that we're playing the game in landscape. Now, the game's native orientation on mobile devices will be portrait. I am using an orientation app to allow myself to be able to play this game in landscape, but as you can see, even in landscape, the game looks pretty dang decent, especially in terms of it being an idle RPG. So I am very happy that the game can be played in landscape mode using an orientation app of your choosing on Google Play, if that's how you choose to play. Otherwise, play in portrait, or you can also play on the PC client at global launch, because global pre-registration is currently going on right now for the game. We are currently in CBT. The cash shop is open, so that leads me to believe that, global launch should be coming fairly soon. I don't have, obviously, a release date at this time, but as soon as I get that information, I'll gladly share it here on the channel at Axis Media. We're also going to have a follow-up video for the pre-registration, so you guys and gals can know where to go to do that and all that good stuff and more. So definitely stick around, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Now, we're going to go in and do a first impression here. We're going to go through the game a little bit, talk about, an assortment of things, and give my overall grade out of 10 at the end. So keep that in mind. Let me know in the comment section below as well. Do you prefer the game in portrait or in landscape? And if you do, plan to play the game, are you excited? Is this something you've been waiting for a while, especially if you're an AFK Arena fan? How do you feel about idle games overall? I'm not the biggest fan personally, especially if they're in portrait. Thankfully, again, I was able to put this in landscape, and it does have a PC client, so that'll also be pretty big. And lastly, what would you rate this game as well, based on what you see in today's video out of 10? I'd love to see your grades as well in the comment section below. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right now we're in the overworld. We can actually run around in overworld here and battle some enemies. Sorry if there's a bit lag. I don't know why I'm getting some lag. I think I need to restart my emulator, but it is what it is. So this is where you're going to be going in and putting your team to the test. So this game is using tiles or grid, whatever you want to call it, for the gameplay mechanic. You're also going to be using, attack range, how many tiles or how many spaces can your enemies attack you, and how many can you use for your skills as well, etc., etc. Now, I do believe there's 4 factions / elements in this game as well, and then there's an assortment of hero classes, which we'll go over a little bit from now. You can see right here, these are the current units that I have available to me right now currently. They do recommend quite often to run a mono team, a mono faction element team, because you will get additional bonuses to your stats and damage. That's currently what we're running right now, but that's just mostly because I don't have very many options to begin with. Another thing too is you have your artifact up here, which you can select which artifact you want to use when you enter battle. Right now we're using the one Pointer of Fate +1, increase the attack speed of the backline heroes when the battle starts. It really doesn't matter though, we're still in the early stages of the game, so we're not really fighting anything very hard. So we are running also on full-on auto. We're not using our skills in order manually, and we're also running at 2 times speed, which obviously is very good. Nice little quality of life to always have those ×2 ×3 speeds. The enemy's grid or tiles will be darker than yours, so you'll be able to move your units around accordingly in the lighter spaces. That's the spaces that you have available. You can run with 5 heroes at once. Then, of course, you have your hero here, which is basically your artifact. It's also the hero that you select when you start the game, male or female. You can also customize the hair, eye color, and I believe the skin color. I believe that's all the customizations. I would have liked to have a little bit more customizations with my character design for the artifacts, but it is whatever. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and battle now. We're just going to go ahead and let that go on auto here. Again, we have our skills down there with the cooldown timers to be able to use their abilities and their ultimates, etc., etc. Now, the ultimates do have, these cutscenes right here, which you can see. They're not too bad. The cutscenes are okay, especially when I'm, talking about an idle game. I mean, it's an idle game at the end of the day. I'm not expecting too much. The only thing that the only thing that I am lacking here right now is voice actors. Where is the voiceovers for these characters to give them some personality, to add a little bit more to the theme, to add a little bit more to the atmosphere? I'm not getting that from this game. Now, I do know that the game is still in CBT, so maybe plan to address that later on, but as of right now, it's definitely a missing element for me. Now, for me, though, personally, it's not a deal breaker, because I usually play these games with the sound on, when I do these first impressions, or when I'm trying to just kind of get used to the game a little bit, just to kind of see what they did there for my reviews and stuff. But over time, I'll usually just play these games on silent anyways and just have some music playing in the background, or I'm watching a movie on another monitor or what have you. So it really isn't going to bother me too much with not having voice actors, but I can understand where a lot of you who play these games and try to immerse yourselves into the world that these games are in by having the, the music and sound, all that on, you're going to be missing that element to the game. So hopefully they do add that at some point, because it definitely makes the game feel a little bit lacking in that regard. Now, animation, artwork, and all that, like I said, it is decent. It's not going to be anything to blow you away. It's an idle RPG at the end of the day. The graphics are decent. That's what I'll give it. Fair critique right there is decent. I'll give it decent. I'm not going to go any higher than that. I'm not going to go any lower. Just decent. It's passable, in my opinion. And this is coming from a guy who's not very big on idle games, let alone games that are, natively in portrait. So, again, if I'm saying it's passable, that's pretty high praise coming from me. So we have our AFK rewards down here as well. You get 2 instants a day, by the way. We're going to go ahead and just... Oops, don't want to do that, because that'll cost you gems. Don't want to spend those. It costs 300 gems per pull, 3,000 for a multi. You want to go for, obviously, the epics. That's the highest grade in the game. Maybe if you guys want to see more content here, maybe we'll do a tier list and stuff like that, and some other stuff that we might not get to in the first impression. Now, this is the AFK challenge. When you get to a certain point in the game where you're able to do more AFK challenges, when you actually beat the AFK challenge stage, you actually upgrade your idle rewards. So that's very nice. Always good to get more rewards while you're idle, right? So there's that. Again, more of the overworld right here. It has a nice little tracker, which will show you the path to whatever your next quest is. You can switch on between main and side quests if you have multiple. Right now, I only have like 1 quest going on at once, which I got to get to 1-1, or wherever it's trying to tell me to go. Now, you'll see you have these little buffs as well on the map that allow you to walk much faster. Very, very cool there. Again, sorry for the lag a little bit there. Let's go and do some more battles. But more or less, you guys and gals get the idea of kind of what the battle is like. Now, we're going to talk about the skills and stuff like that with individual characters, what you do with dupes as well, and some other things that you can, of course, obtain in the game in terms of resources like gold, for example, which you're going to need to obviously level your heroes up and get them stronger. So let's go ahead and get through this battle real quick. Now, when you get to like mid to end game, you're definitely going to have to play maybe a little bit more hands-on, not just full-on auto. So maybe the game will have a little bit more to offer gameplay-wise later on when we get into stronger content, because you're going to be able to kind of like set up the way you want to do your skill orders manually by clicking them when you want. Obviously, moving your characters around the grid to position them the way you'd like them to, especially if they kind of, work well with each other. A lot of synergy there. Obviously, that's, kind of important when you're building teams. We'll do one more fight here, grab a couple of these resources, and then we'll kind of move on to other things in the game. Again, this is the overworld, and inside the overworld, you can have some interactions with the environment. Like, you can, like, take campfires, for example, turn the fire on and off. You can move these big boulders around as well to clear pathways to secret passages, to go to other areas of the game where you can get more chests and stuff like that, or fight other bosses. So there is some interactivity with the environment, as well as some little tiny puzzles that you can clear as well. So expect some of that stuff to kind of happen here in the overworld when you're going through the story quest. Alright, so we're done with that. Now let's go ahead and let's see here. Alright, this is one of the things I'm talking about. Let's tap and hold this, and it'll blow it up. Boom, all the vines are going to get burnt down. And now we have the chest here. We're going to go and open that up, and then boom, we got more rewards. Looks like we got a summon ticket, and we got 60 gems. I will take that. We also got some gear there as well. Gear system in this game is very interesting. Basically, you just equip gear based on the class of the gear, and the entire box, your entire hero box of that class gets to share that gear. So you don't have to keep swapping gear around or making a whole bunch of different gear builds. So if that's something that you're really liking for gear system, you're going to be getting that from this game for sure. Alright, so down here, we have the Battle Pass. Now, as I said, there is a cash shop already open in the game, so keep in mind, as for the CBT, they're probably going to give you like some kind of rebate back or whatever. I didn't really look into it. I'm not planning to spend anything in the CBT anyways, so if that's something for you, definitely go ahead and do some research on that to make sure you are getting a rebate back for the actual global launch. So we have the Battle Pass. Now, there is 2 variations of the Battle Pass. There's like a $10 pack and a $20 pack, I do believe. And then we have our quest here, which of course will give you the EXP to get higher milestone levels for the Battle Pass. So there's the Battle Pass. Let's go down here. These are your quests and your growth stages. When you hit a certain amount of growth stage requirements, you will level it up here, and then you will obtain additional rewards. For example, one of the main heroes of the game that you get, Valen, you can get more of his sigils, which is basically the dupes for the hero. 2 sigils, for example, for him will take him from Elite to Elite Plus, giving him more additional stats, etc., etc. That's kind of a little bit into what the dupe system can do in this game. Let's go ahead and collect some more of these growth trials, growth path, weekly quests, and daily quests. So you have a few different things there to look forward to in terms of giving additional rewards and resources. Down here we have the settings, we have the inventory, the mail, the guides, the noble path, which again is a battle pass, Emporium. We'll get to that in a moment. We have your quest, your trolley, and your events. Your journey gift, blah, blah, blah. Inventory here, as you can see, we got some of these different various materials and stuff like that. They have a filter down there at the bottom, quick dismantle for, additional gear and stuff like that you're not using. So you can get that as well. We have 3,010 gems, by the way, right now. That's enough for a multi. We have 248,846 gold, both of which you can see there at the top right. We have the settings down here. Mess with your settings, set it up the way you want, up to quality as high as you can go, depending on whatever your device is, which is very, very nice. Turn those graphics up, make it look beautiful, right? That's what it's all about. So there's all that for the most part. You have your your mini map up there in the top right as well. We have our AFK rewards at the bottom left. You have your profile avatar up in the top left, which is obviously your character that you created when you first started your account. You can also change whatever your avatar is and your frame is if you'd like. Your typical stuff there. You can also change your account name and all that good stuff and more. Set up your squad settings right there. Up here, you can actually change up your character design. I'm not sure if there's like a cash shop or a free shop or additional just things you get from clearing out the story, doing more missions over time to get more clothing and stuff like that for your main hero, as well as being able to change more things like the cloak, headwear, face, and all that other stuff. I'm assuming there's going to be more customizable options as the game goes on, but right now it's kind of limited, at least from what I can see so far. But we'll see if they improve more on that. But anyway, so there's that. And now let's go to the Mystical House. Now this is basically your main lobby. You have the Last Twilight, the Mail, the Mystic Collection. You have Noble Tavern and the Emporium. I'm sure there's going to be other things added to this as well. We just haven't unlocked yet. I know there is an arena because I've seen arena mentioned, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing that with another game, but I'm pretty sure there's arena in here. If there isn't, I apologize. But we have not unlocked it yet. We have not gotten that far. There is guilds, obviously. You can see down there as a menu item. We have not had that unlocked yet either. So the Emporium. This is basically the shop, the in-game shop, the resource shop, not the cash shop. That's completely different. So there's that. Then we have the Noble Tavern, which is where you're actually going to be doing some summons. Okay? But we'll do that in a moment. We'll save that for last. Let's go ahead and talk briefly about the heroes real quick before we get into the summons to end our video and give my overall grade out of 10. So this is currently the units that I have available right now. My resonance level is 6. Technically, we're not supposed to go past level 16. I'm not sure why it let me go to level 21 and 20 on my first 2 units right there. I don't know why, because it says you can only level your units within 10 levels of your resonance level, which right now is 6. So I should only be able to go to 16. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and just test that out real quick. Where's our granny? No need to level up. Why can I not level my granny up? Let's level you up. Okay. So let's level you up 9, 10. Okay, 11. You're going to unlock your skill there. You unlock a skill at level 11 and 31, by the way. And then you got an EX skill for certain heroes if you have their exclusive equipment. Let's see what it says. Yeah, see, it says right here, hands of resonance must be within 10 levels of each other. So I can't go beyond 16 there. But what's really nice is, you go into the character menu here. Now, it'll tell you everything you need to know up here. The hero is an elite. Epic, of course, is the highest. Rare would be one below the elites, which we just showed with that last hero. Lightbearer. Now, that is basically the element / faction. Mage is the class, magic is the attack type, and then range 3, your attack range. Pretty simple stuff to know, right? You have the level there in the bottom right. You have the battle power, and then of course you have all their available current stats right now, which you can go and check out if you'd like. You also have the mage equipment. As I said, all the equipment for each hero's class will work for all heroes within that class. So every mage hero will be using this gear. Very simple, right? Down here, this is basically where you can actually check out the hero skills. But before we go to that, I actually skipped a step. You have your dupes here, your sigils. So we could take her from Elite to Elite Plus. You're going to get some stats to Ascend, etc., etc. You get the idea. That is the dupe system when you pull dupes. But let's go back down here to the skills. Now this will show you like a tiny little preview animation of the actual skill itself, which is very cool. Go through these real fast, and it'll tell you what the skill does, how many tiles it works on, is there a cooldown, not a cooldown, etc., etc., and of course the name of the skill. So for this one here, her ultimate, Winged Flame, 1.25 second cooldown, 11 tiles, okay, and then initial energy cost, 0. Miriel, probably butchered her name, summons a wall of flame to deal damage to burned enemies. Now, what I hate is they don't show you the percentages of the modifiers. I hate when they do that. If you guys are following us on our main channel, X's Plays, we play Outer Plane quite a bit. They do the same thing. They don't show us the modifiers for the damage. I hate that. Why? We're in 2023. Let's go with the times. All right, first unlock skill at level 11. Again, you get them at 11 and 31. And then their EX skill would be their exclusive equipment. So, Bone Seer, 6-second cooldown, 10 tiles, burns an enemy, dealing continuous damage to them. And then lastly, her Fireball Singe, shoots a fireball at a target and deals damage to a small area, unlocked at level 31 as we already mentioned, 3 tiles, and 10-second cooldown. So that is pretty much more or less the hero menu. Here's the equipment again. It shows you there are 6 current classes in the game: Support, Rogue, Marksman, Mage, Warrior, and Tank. So support, we got some better gear here. Let's go and do a quick equip. Boom, done. Go to Warrior, and it even shows you what heroes you own and what heroes are all available within that class currently in the game. As you can see, we only own 1 hero in the Warrior class. Excuse me. Let's do Tank real quick. Let's do Rogue. Okay, and then let's do Marksman. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much more or less all there is to that. We also have artifacts as well, which is your main hero with the ability that you get unlocked through doing various things like doing quests, doing things through story, whatever. You get these materials, you can level these skills up or unlock new ones, and these are what you're going to be able to use in battle. Right now, I'm currently using the 5 seconds after the battle starts. I'm sorry, that's the old one. The one I'm using right now is the Pointer of Fate +1. So this is the one we're currently using. I'm getting attack speed plus 1.2, and then HP 1.9%. If I leveled it up, it'd go to 2.4 and 3.8. Unlocks at level 5. I get additional bonus speed 100. Then at level 10, the effect duration increases to 20 seconds, etc. And you can see here, there's quite a few different artifacts to unlock throughout the game, and boost those up, obviously, to use as you please. I don't want to call it a leader skill. It's just kind of like a bonus skill, but it's like your hero is a leader in a way. I don't know how to really explain it, but you guys and gals hopefully get the idea there. So the last thing I want to do real quick before we get out of here and give our overall grade based on what we see here today is some pulls. Let's do some summons. Let's see if I can pull any more epic heroes. Like, we have a few elites. We got 1 epic hero. It's Granny. It's funny. Let's see if we can pull some more epics. Now, I'm not sure what the pull rates are. If you guys and gals know what the pull rates are, either you data mined it or you saw it somewhere, please let me know in the comment section below, because I could not find the information for the actual pull rates in this game anywhere, which is definitely a major problem that needs to be addressed ASAP. But I could not see that information anywhere. Like, I looked in here, and that's basically just taking me to the shop. And then I also went to the eye icon up here, and it told me a little bit about what's going on here. But it didn't actually tell me the rates. It don't say the rates anywhere that I can see anyways. So it would be nice to know. But without further ado, we have 2 banners. Epic Recruitment, which we have no materials for right now. This is going to be a guaranteed epic or higher, I do believe. And then the All Hero Recruitment, which is just whatever. And if you do a 10 pull, you're guaranteed to get at least 1 elite hero or higher. But obviously, we're chasing for epics. And I don't know why. I just don't know why it don't tell me the pull rates. So hopefully, they address that soon. Let's see if we get any golds to drop. Can we get some golds? I'm not familiar with all the summon animations yet, so I do apologize. Okay, we got a lot of purples. I'm not sure if they can transform or not or change. We got an acorn. So these are Hero Ascension. This is basically food. There is food in these banners as well, unfortunately. So that's a Graveborn food. Okay, we got Seth. That's a new hero. He looks like a panther. Looks pretty cool. Swift Shadow, Rogue, and he's a Mauler. Interesting. Okay, we got some more Acons here. Four Maulers, so that's funny. Hey, I pulled him again. Salazar, pretty cool looking dude for Graveborn. I got another Lucius, which I heard was one of the better units in the game, which is really, really cool to hear, because he looks pretty cool. He's a tank light bearer. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking one. Leica. Leica is a marksman in Wilder. Okay. And we got another Mauler Acorn. Another Acorn for Mauler. My goodness. A Graveborn Acorn. Okay. Lots of Acorns. So, we pulled 4 purple. 4 purple, and 2 of them were dupes. Alright. So, that's a multi. Let's do one more. I think I have enough. I have 3,000 gems, right? Yeah, let's do it. Plus, we already got 6. We got 6 letters as well, so we won't need the full 3K. Let's do another multi. Let's just see if we get lucky this time before we end the video. And by the way, let me know again in the comment section below, what would you rate this game, or grade this game rather, out of 10? Oh, we did not get a gold there, unfortunately. We got more purples, though. Oh, that's a cool looking one. Nero? I like that design. So again, let me know what you would grade this game out of 10 in the comment section below. I do like the summoning animation. Looks really nice, especially on landscape. This looks way better on landscape than it did in portrait when I first started. I would probably go ahead and give this game, I'm going to say, in terms of being an idle RPG, and I kind of knew, you know, not to expect too much from it going into that, just because it was an idle RPG. I can't hold its genre against itself. You know, it just would not be fair grading. So in terms of being an idle RPG, and what I've seen out there in terms of other other idle RPGs as well, I'd go ahead and give this game a 7 out of 10. The graphics are decent. The overworld doesn't seem to be too much of a story dialogue, skip constantly. It looks like there's quite a lot of battles that you can do, so you're getting into the action quite a bit. The summoning animations are actually pretty decent as well, which you can see here. You know, the art animation, as I said, was pretty decent. Nothing too spectacular. I am missing those voice actors, though. It does add a little bit to the atmosphere of the game, so we really need to get that in there, add some more personality to some of these heroes. But overall, based on what I've seen so far, we haven't seen all, you know, the mid-end game content. We haven't seen the arenas or the guilds or anything like that yet. There's probably a lot more to explore. We haven't seen the more immersive gameplay yet either with the harder content. So I think a fair 7 out of 10 is where I'm going to stand with AFK Journey. So let me know again in the comment section below, what would you grade the game out of 10? Let's get through these pulls real quick. Okay, we got another copy of Leica. And if you want to see more content, we got a Damien. If you guys want to see more content for this game, another Lucius. If you guys want to see more content for this game, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what type of videos that you want to see. Alright, let's just go ahead. Can we, like, skip this? Yes, we can. Down here in the bottom right. Thank you. Alright. Oh, we put another new one. Let's check him out. He looks like a fox. Ah, it won't let me click it. Okay, that's one quality of life I'd like to see changed. I'd like to be able to actually click the unit from that screen. Let's go and take a look at him real quick before we get out of here. He actually looked pretty interesting. Okay, that's pretty dope, Eddie. So, one of my sons would actually love that unit just because he's into, like, those foxy, woofy type characters, which is kind of more or less what Eddie's looking like right here. I'm digging it. He looks pretty dope. But anyways, I'm going to get out of there. And wow, his power level is 666. This dude is the devil confirmed. Gotta be OP, right? Hopefully. I don't know. Stay tuned. If you want to see a tier list, let me know. But that's going to be it for me for my first impression for Arc Journey. Let me know again in the comment section below if you guys want to see more content, what y'all think about the game. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tick notifications, join me in the Discord in the description below as always. And of course, hit that follow button over there on Twitter at Exis Media. We're trying to get more followers over there. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until then, peace.